Okay, we're recording. So, first of all, thank you. Thank you for jumping on this call. I'm just going to let you start with a little introduction and then we're going to go from there.
Sounds good. So my name is Markay and I live in Clinton. I have been doing Plexus. Taking Plexus pills and stuff for a year. I just had my subscription renew. So it's been a year, but I haven't been consistently taking them up until about, probably 6 months ago. And then I'm like, I can't miss. You can't miss.
Okay, so you just recently started sharing, or did you just recently decide you wanted to work the business?
Probably the last few months, but I have one ambassador under me. She just bought the $99 kit. They're in their first month right now.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a big scaredy cat and yeah.
Okay, tell me this. Why did you decide you wanted to start sharing?
I don't know. It just felt like I needed to share. Of course, I would love to have my products paid for, and I'd love additional perks and extra money, and that's fantastic and wonderful. Yeah. But I guess it comes down to, I guess the way I live my life is if I find something that helps me or I can help someone else, I feel obligated that I need to do that.
Yeah.
So if that makes sense.
No, it does. It totally makes sense. So when you first, because crystalline, you're level 1 to crystalline, is that correct?
Right. Yeah.
So, I'm guessing she probably shared with you in the past that you could share. I didn't realize that you've had the products for a year. I literally thought it's been like a month or two. I thought that you ordered and then just decided to work the business.
No.
So you just decided after a while it just felt right? Was it just kind of like a prompting, like I need to tell people?
Yeah.
Now I'm scared to death to tell people?
Exactly.
Because you have, and I'm not, for people just watching this, I'm not placing that fear on her. She actually has messaged me she's she's pretty afraid. Do you know where that fear, is the fear attached to something specific? Where's your fear at? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I've been trying to think about it, and I know, so I've tried, I used to do Mary Kay, and okay. I would be fine. Clearly you can't tell that I used to do Mary Kay. Anyway, point is, when it came down to
I'm in my pajamas, you know that, right?
I fully support this. So no, when it came down to sharing, I was fine on the back end texting people. I could get bookings and all of that, but the follow through would scare the crap out of me. For some reason, I have this irrational, I don't know, expectation that people should like me. I want to be liked, but at the same time, I don't care what people truly think about me, I guess, until I'm in front of their face. If I care about them, I want them to care about me. Does that make sense?
Correct. So here's one thing. I think you truly wouldn't share Plexus with somebody unless you truly cared to help them, right? You have to care about them to kind of want to share something with them that could help them. Right. But you're would people pleaser be the right? Do you really want people to be happy, or
I guess
is it kind of ebb and flow, or is it just the people you really like that you care if they like you?
It's the people I really like. And then I think a lot of it is the rejection, not necessarily to me, but if I don't know, I feel like if I'm going to try to reach out and help you, especially if you've asked me for help, and then you're like, oh, just kidding, I don't really want your opinion anyway. I don't want to be let down.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you have still a ton of emotion tied into their response.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right? So
Mm-hmm.
if somebody like if I said, "Hey, I saw your post. It looked super interesting. Can you send me more info?" And then
Mm-hmm.
send me something, and then I just don't respond at all. And then you see me at church on Sunday. How does that interaction go?
I just got a stomach ache thinking about that.
Okay. You're not alone. You were 100% not alone. That's why we're talking about it. So
Yeah.
what happens when you see me at church on Sunday? Because I've
So,
totally gone into the Plexus protection program, right? Like I'm not responding to you.
yeah.
What do you
I
do?
I usually am just like, hey, how are you? Just, I just want to make sure that I didn't miss your call or miss,
Are
you
you
know,
really saying that, or is that what you want to say?
that is what I would really say.
Okay.
Because I don't know. And then I have a thing where I don't want people to feel bad. I don't want anything I do or say to
Yeah.
hurt someone. So I always try to turn it around and say, I just want to make sure like my kids didn't have my phone and I missed you, or, oh my gosh, I completely spaced that too. Like I don't know. That's my biggest fear, is that I'm going to hurt someone or make them feel like, oh, I'm just trying to sell you something, which, I mean, that's not the case. It's not a money thing. It's just,
You think it would help them?
yeah.
Tell me this. Has there ever been a time in your life
Mm.
where somebody tried to sell you something and um, you didn't order it like maliciously to hurt them?
No,
Do you think anybody would actually do that to you?
no,
When people don't order, do you think they realize that it hurts your feelings?
probably not. No, I wouldn't think so.
They wouldn't. Do you think that, let's say you called your best friend and you said, it would mean the world to me if you would try these products. I've been doing it for a year. I feel amazing. God has just kind of put something on my heart that I feel like I need to share. And I'm just kind of following that prompting and doing what I can. Um, and if I'm being real honest, there are some super amazing prizes available this month. If I get 3 people to order, is there any way you would do this with me? By the way, I think you're going to feel amazing. And if you don't, we'll get your money back. But would you be willing to support me and give this a shot? Because you let them know how important it was to you. Would they order?
Probably. But then am I guilting them into ordering?
Do you truly believe it can help them?
Yes.
Then is it guilt? Like, you're not selling them candles, right?
No.
Like, I like Mary Kate, but really I super like the brown eyeliner and the eye makeup remover. And I
Right.
super like the hand wash that exfoliates, but they won't sell it to me unless I buy the whole, like, I don't need any more of that, like, super thick hand lotion.
The emollient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need any more of that. I just want to buy the exfoliant hand soap, and they won't just sell me that. So now I can't order. Um, and it doesn't make any difference. I can go to Bath and Body Works and buy the same thing, right? But I try always to order from my friends who sell anything,
Yeah.
if I can, because that's just, people support me, I support them, and I just do that. But we actually sell something that changes lives. Like, I had a dear friend that sold 31 bags. And at one point, my husband came to me and said, if one more 31 bag comes in this house, we're talking about divorce. And of course, he was joking. But really, I had every bag in every print, and I did not need any of them, right?
Right.
When I took Plexus for 3 weeks, he said to me, I don't know what this is. And I don't even know how much you spent on it, but do not stop taking whatever you're taking. That's what happens with these products. So stop it. So I don't think you're ever, it's not a guilt. It literally is like sharing your heart of how it can help.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying reach out to every person and say, please, 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 pretty please order. But you have some people that you can call and say that to.
Right.
That you can share your heart with. I know because I've done it. I can tell you, I tell the story a lot about how when I was trying to go gold and I needed like 2 or 3 more people, and I called Deanna and Jenny and made them both order. They didn't know what they were ordering. They didn't know what they were getting. All they knew is I needed 3 more people to order that day for me to hit this new rank. And so they did it. I will tell you, I had a really bad, not my normal brain injury, but I started having seizures. So for the whole time that we were supposed to be earning points for leaders retreat, I was in bed. I wasn't talking, I wasn't doing anything. So I had earned nothing for leaders retreat. There were 2 days left, and I thought that I only needed 9 new people to order in 2 days for me to go to leaders retreat. So I said to my husband, I'm going to try to do this. And he said, okay. Well, it turns out I was wrong. Then I thought, I was wrong. I got the 9, and then I looked at my points. I was like, crap, I needed 17. He was like, well, can you do that? And I'm like, I don't think so. I've never had 17 people join in or order. You know, it had to be preferred customers over 75 or new ambassadors. Never had that happen before. He goes, well, might as well try. I mean, you just got 9. I said, okay. Then guess what? It wasn't 17. It was 28. Do you know that I had 28 people order as brand new preferred customers or new ambassadors in 2 days? Do you know why? Because I reached out to them and I poured my heart out and said, I really want to. And you can't create that urgency all the time. But I said, is there anything that you've been watching my posts? I've been reaching out. Is there anything you'd be willing to try to help me earn this trip? And people will step up and help you because you know what? You've spent your whole life building relationships.
Yeah.
You know, people care about you. And I had people like, I'm not really interested in this or that, but do you have something for this? Guess what? I do. You know, these products are life-changing. So first of all, you realize you have to get past the emotional attachment to their response.
Okay.
Because nobody is saying no to hurt your feelings. And nobody stops responding to hurt. If I truly believe if people knew it hurt my feelings, that they didn't respond to me, they would respond. If they knew I'd much rather hear a no than a nothing, they would tell me no. Because I'm the queen of not being pushy. Like if I'm reaching out to somebody, I start almost every message with no pressure, but I've got this going on right now. And I end it with, again, no pressure, no worries either way. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah.
Just making them aware of what I have. Today I sent a lot of messages. You know how many people I heard back from? You know how much I care? I'm still trying to win that Apple Watch, which means I have clearly my ratio. I need to reach out to a lot more people. So how do I get to this point of it not mattering? Because it used to, right?
Right.
Like I get where you're coming from, and a lot of people are there. What else scares you?
Facebook.
Like posting?
Yeah.
Or Messenger?
Facebook posting scares me, and I don't know why. I don't know. I don't enjoy drama, and I guess in the past I've always connected Facebook with drama. And I don't know why that is, but I will go to post, or I will go to share, or I will go to interact, and I don't know. It scares me for some reason, and I don't know why.
Has something happened before? Has somebody attacked you on Facebook?
No, and I don't know if it's just I don't even know.
So you've made up a story in your head
Yep.
that people will think a certain way about you if you post about something you're selling on Facebook.
Could be. Yeah,
Do
probably.
you post regular life on Facebook?
No. I'm just not.
Do you share things on Facebook?
I share cute videos in which I'm not involved.
Okay. So you're completely detached from Facebook.
Yeah.
There's not much part of your life on Facebook.
Mm-mm. I mean, there will be pictures that I'm tagged in, or, if my babies are born, I'll pop a picture up there
How many babies have you birthed?
too.
And how old are they?
6 and 8.
Wait, you just gave me an example as if you have like a 2-month-old at home and just posted pictures.
But they're so cute. They're still baby.
No, all I post are my kids. But they're 6 and 8, and you're talking about like posting about their birth.
Yeah.
So, okay, that is,
You had no idea what you were getting into, girl.
no, that's okay. Because I have one of my dearest friends here who is trying to work the business. I'm going to make her watch this. I knew I was before, I just didn't know why. One of the first things I told her when she started, when she said, okay, I'm going to try it at my own pace. I said, here's what you have to do. You have to post on Facebook, because she didn't. If you scrolled on her Facebook, she was tagged in things.
Yeah.
But she didn't post anything. There's zero original content made by her on her Facebook page. And she was like, I don't have anything to post. I said, but you do. Like, you live life every day. You have something to post. And she goes, nobody cares about that. And I'm like, I don't care if anybody cares. Doesn't matter. Live your life out loud on Facebook. So if your kids are outside playing in the pool, I want to see a picture of the kids outside playing in the pool. She's like, nobody really cares. I'm like, I don't really care. You're doing life. You have to share life for people to be able to connect with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's super uninteresting. There's 2 reasons for that. One is people need to be able to feel like they know you, and they do. How well do you think you know me based on my Facebook posts over the last couple months since you've been active on our team?
Pretty well. I feel like I know you pretty well.
Could you tell me things about myself?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? And tell me a few things about that you know about me.
I feel like you wake up way too early to the sunrise.
Okay. Every morning. Okay.
Which is impressive. But girl, sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your
What
cute
else?
boy's like a super cool swimmer.
Okay.
And that your cute dresses and your country club that you go to and help out with fundraisers.
Okay.
And yeah.
Can I point out to anybody watching this that this is actually the first time we've ever communicated? Except for on a Facebook thing when maybe she sent me a question. And I think, weren't you at Crystal or Tiffany's house?
Yeah, I was at Tiff's house. Yeah.
So
we
for
talked
like
for a few minutes. Yeah.
4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are all very accurate things about me, and things that you can judge. Well, not well. I mean, I have people that ask me, do you make all those quotes up? I'm like, no, I don't make all those quotes up. I mean, don't you have Pinterest? I got Pinterest.
Right.
You have quotes? Like, no, I am very seldom making a quote up. I am looking for a quote that I need to start my day with based on what type of mood I woke up in. Sometimes I wake up in a really great mood and I think everybody should be in a good mood. Sometimes I wake up like scared to death of my goals. And
Right.
I just live out loud. And so people feel comfortable coming to me and saying, hey, I don't know if that stuff you sell will help, but these are some things I got going on. What do you think? These are people I haven't talked to in years. If I wasn't posting, first of all, they wouldn't know I sold anything that could possibly help them. Second of all, they would not know that they wouldn't know to be comfortable coming to me about depression or happiness or weight loss or like mom exhaustion or anything, because I'm not living out loud. And that's kind of a requirement. Unless you live a very out loud life in your community. Like if you're out all the time at places, talking to human beings in person all the time and sharing what you do, you kind of have to have a social media presence. So are you doing the other? Are you like living way out loud in your community? Does everybody know you and know that you sell Plexus?
No.
All right. So Facebook and Instagram it is. Can I tell you that until this year, I went emerald completely behind my computer. I never did one in-person event. I never had one face-to-face meeting. I never had a sip and see. I never did a booth. I never sat at the playground or at the yacht club and told my friends they needed to try Plexus. That is all brand new since September. So can you do this completely on social media from the comfort of wherever you're sitting right now? You can. You totally can. And it's safer there, right? I'm just saying it's safer there.
Yeah.
because it is. Because even if they say no, they're not saying it to your face. So it's not as scary. But that only works if you're sharing. So that you have created a story in your head. That's what Mel Robbins calls it. Like she shares it in a number of ways, whether it's conflict, with her spouse or in her family or with friends or with work and goal settings. Like she will say, have I just made this story up in my head? Or is this actually how you feel? Yeah. And if you actually think about it, you made it up in your head. And if you made it up in your head, do you know what else you can do? Make up something else.
Yeah.
So I have made up in my head, it's likely false. But you know what? I've made up in my head that people actually care what's going on with me. That people actually enjoy seeing my sunrise motivation pictures every morning. Like there are days every so often when I don't wake up by the sunrise and I don't do one, and I feel a little guilty, like I've let people down. Like I feel like people can be inspired by the fact that until 6, 7, 8 months ago, I didn't have any real life friends. I mean, I had my friends, but it was all like internet interaction. It was like Deanna talking to me on the phone, or Ginny or whoever. It wasn't like having lunch. I wasn't going on walks. I wasn't going to yoga. I wasn't playing. This is all like brand new. This real life is brand new to me. And so my story is like legit. If you've been following me for a while, if I can do this, anybody can do this. Sharing your journey, whether it's exercising or eating, people care. You have friends, and they care what you have going on. Yeah. So back to my friend, I'm like, you have to start posting. You know why you have to start posting? Because you can't just post Plexus. You can't all of a sudden be like, hey, I'm on Facebook now. Look at what I'm doing. You know? Yeah. You got to share what your kids are doing. You got to share, if you read books, what books are you reading? If you're cooking, if you like to cook, like what are your hobbies? What makes you happy? Like if you had a brand, if we created the Marquet brand, what would you be known for? What lights your heart on fire?
So there are I don't know. I mean, I enjoy doing crafts and like I love it. And I used to do it a lot before I became a working out of the house mom.
Mhm.
So those were big hands there.
Yep, nope. Jazz hands are important. It's a big thing.
But I mean, as far as passion goes, I think my big thing is mental health. I mean, struggling with depression is something I've always had my whole life since I was 12, and that's where I find like my most passionate moments is if there's someone that I can connect with and say, "Hey, it's going to be okay." I mean, it comes right down to obligation again. I've survived my, planned out suicide attempts, and with that, I have the obligation to share and be open. And it used to drive people crazy. It used to drive my husband crazy. He's like, why are you telling people that you deal with this? Like, that just seems crazy to me. But I have that obligation. And I think it was, I don't know if you're LDS, but President Monson had said, never ignore a prompting. And that's something I take very seriously. Like, I don't know, there's been times where I've reached out to friends because I just felt like I needed to call them, and they were in the bottom of their closet crying and couldn't take care of their babies because of their depression. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's where I guess my passion lies. I just want to help people.
So I truly, truly believe, and I think there's an LDS quote about this too. I don't know who said it, and I'm going to mess it up, but I truly believe God puts mountains in our way so that we can teach other people how to climb them. I am, people who have known me for a long time, I am a constant oversharer. And my in-laws hate it to the point that I've had to block them on Facebook because they reach out to my husband and complain about what I've posted or what I'm doing. Does she really have to share, and I truly believe that God put me on the journey that I'm on, which was very similar. I mean, I suffered from depression my whole life, and it only got worse after the concussions and the 3 suicide attempts. And I don't think I do anybody justice by keeping that to myself. I truly don't believe that God saved me so that I could hide from what he's allowed me to go through. It was a horrible, rocky road. Clearly, it's been a long, rough road for you. I don't know that it ends. This week I have suffered because of the boy that attempted suicide, and I've been going through all of that, and it brought back horrible, horrible issues for me. And then even when everything was settling down and it was okay and he was in the hospital, like the overwhelming sadness that I felt, and I woke up yesterday morning and thought, this is so heavy. Like, I have not been this sad in so long. And so again, I shared that. I made a post about it. My husband, who's in Taiwan, called me at 4:00 and said, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Why are you awake?" And he goes, "I just rolled over." And me, when I roll over I look at Facebook and I read your post and I'm scared. What's going on? And we talked through it. He said, "Okay, I'll be home on Thursday." But because I am able to share, I am then also able to help. So I think if that's your passion, I think it will evolve, but I think you start with that. And you start by being vulnerable and telling your story. And you talk about different hurdles that you've made it over. And you don't worry about what anybody thinks. You don't worry about if the in-laws are going to be embarrassed. You know who you worry about? That one person that you could reach that needs to hear your message. I have gotten so many messages, and by many, I mean like a lot of messages of people who have reached out to me who have shared one of my videos about my depression and suicide attempts with somebody else. And those people have started Plexus because of my video, and they are no longer having suicidal tendencies at all. And so if embarrassing my in-laws by sharing my real raw journey and how much better it's gotten for me because of these products, if that saves one person, and I know it has because I've gotten specific messages, that's why I do this day in and day out. And that is why I live out loud. Because you know what? If you scroll through my Facebook over the last 8 months and did not have just this past week and a half, you're probably going to think like I am living my best life, no problems ever, no issues, no anything. Because you know what? That's where life had me right then. But the friends that have been friends with me for a long time know I came from the bottom of my closet. You know, I came from trying to leave the house to kill myself to where my husband had flattened all my tires so I couldn't actually leave because he was so scared I was going to kill myself. Like, I have been that person. So to be able to share everything and know without a shadow of a doubt that these products have given me my life back and therefore giving my family a life, that's huge. So you can share testimonies of other people who have suffered from depression. You can share your journey. You can share, you don't want to make your page super sad, right? Yeah. You don't want to make it a depressing place to go. You want to make it an uplifting place to go. So whether you find your own type of motivation, like I know Crystalline, after I started doing sunrise motivation, she started morning motivation. Maybe you, like, what is your thing? Like, is it like prayerful evening? You know, like, I'm making that up. Like, find your thing that becomes a habit. You know, if nothing else, like, there are days you could scroll through and there are days when I'm so busy and my only post for the whole day was that sunrise thing. Like, I wake up the next morning and I'm like, there's nothing between my sunrises. Okay. Like, find your thing that's your habit and then put your life in and then share about the products, share other people's testimonies. You know, that's my one friend that I really want to watch this, what she's missing, because she started to share more real life, and she will share Plexus graphics and things. She's yet to share a picture of her with a product or to share any of her journey with them. And verbally, she's fantastic at it. Like, if we're sitting at the playground with our playground friends, I'll say, hey, tell them about how you're sleeping. Hey, tell them about how your kid's pooping. And she can go, and she's so excited to share it, but she still hasn't posted personal on Facebook. And that's what's missing in her business, going from nothing to people going, oh, she's for real. Yeah. Oh, this is making a difference for her. So it's good to have just a couple things to your brand, because that's who you're going to reach out to first. And it can be in groups, like Facebook groups that talk about depression. It can be, but what you want it to be able to relate, because if you join those groups and you start chatting and you meet people and then they friend you and they look at your page and they're going to go, but the person in this group doesn't match, her profile doesn't match. Right. You know, because my thing for the longest time, and still is like, I truly want to advocate for people who have brain injuries and all the symptoms that go along with concussions, because that's what I know. Right. That's my passion. My, like all of these other symptoms are symptoms of multiple concussions.
Right.
So that's my passion. That's part of my brand. I will never stop. That hashtag will never come away from my profile. You know?
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm showing now? Like, you can suffer all of these things and still live an amazing life, because you know what? We got told no, you know? And when you own depressed, when you own suicidal, when that's like your cloak, like, you got to take it off. You got to take it off so that you can lift others up. So kind of figuring out your way, and don't be afraid. Like, be proud. No, I believe 100% that God would not put a dream in your heart if he didn't give you everything you needed to fulfill it. So everything on your journey so far has led you to where you are right now, so that you can reach. Didn't you say, like, don't you want to be a diamond?
I would love to.
Okay.
I would love to. And that's okay. So my heart tells me you can do great things. Like, I would love, okay, so my whole life, I always wanted to be a nurse, doctor, anything, but I fainted with needles. Okay. Turns out you can't do that.
Correct.
I'm over fainting with needles. So I'm going back to school to go there, and I want to do the nurse practitioner route.
Okay.
And in my brain, I'm like, okay, I can do big things. Like, I have it in me to do big things, but then I get overwhelmed, or like, even with Diamond, I would love to be able to reach Diamond for the mere fact that means I've helped so many people. Like,
Thousands.
so many people,
Thousands.
right? Awesome. But oh my gosh, that's a lot. Like, a whole lot.
That's a lot. It's hard to become a diamond. I promise. I haven't made it. It's super hard, and I know all the steps to get there. So it can be overwhelming. So what you do, but here is what I will tell you. Everybody doesn't have that dream. God doesn't give that dream to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I knew as soon as I went to the very first, actually before I went to convention, my first convention, and I saw the average salary, I said, I'll be a diamond. Like,
yeah,
my husband's like, you don't even talk to people. Like, you haven't left the house in a year. Okay, I'll be a diamond. And I don't know when I'm going to be a diamond, but I will not quit until I become a diamond. Because it's as simple as going silver and going silver. So my goal every single month, and it has been for 4 years, is to add 3 people every month. And now they make it super simple to help them go silver, but everybody doesn't want to, right? So that's okay. When I started, we didn't have training. We didn't have graphics. We didn't have PDFs. We didn't have a back office. We didn't have how to start triplex. We had nothing, literally nothing at all. So the resources we have now make it so much easier. The fast start bonuses make it easier, but it's super simple. It is one brick at a time. It is adding a person, talking to them about adding a person, talking to them about each person you add, talking to them about adding 3 people. That's what it takes to go diamond. Now, a lot of your people won't add anybody, and some of them will come out of nowhere and knock your socks off. Some people will do amazing things, and you don't even know who they are. There will come a point on your team where you're seeing this name pop up over and over, and you're like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
And it's a little scary, and it's a little awesome. But just know that if God put that on your heart, like if you looked at that and said, I want that, then there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
And to not let go of it, because it gets hard. Like, there are times and it's like, why am I doing this again? Like, I know for sure why I'm doing it. Zero doubt in my mind. So you've thought about your why?
Yeah.
No. So you've talked about like you're made to do great things.
Mm-hmm.
When you have literally 20 people say no to you all in the same day, like legit say no thank you, what is gonna cause you to reach out to the 16th person, 21st person?
Oh, I've been trying to rack my brain to think about that. Like,
Okay, because you can't put it on other people.
No.
Like it's really great that when you go diamond, you've helped thousands of people get healthy.
Yeah.
But you're also going to have thousands of people who quit.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. That's just what it is. For whatever reason, they're going to quit. So we can't attach it to that. That's a great end result. Like I look sometimes at people on our team that have had these amazing health journeys, and I'm like, if I hadn't have shared, it never would, like,
yeah,
would it have ever gotten to them?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool. It is a cool feeling. But your why has to come from, my dog has gotten into the solo cups. Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Hold on a second.
You're good.
Oh my gosh. Okay, not just the solo cups, but 4 rolls of paper towels.
Oh, fan-freaking-tastic.
I'll share a picture about that later.
Yeah, I look forward to that.
I got a puppy for sale.
That's awesome.
Um,
Okay, so help me get over this hurdle.
Tell me.
So, okay, so for example, I shared on Facebook and I shared with everything, hey, I was super vulnerable. Hey guys, this is what I've been going through with Plexus. This is the change I've seen. I had a great, people were like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Tell me more. And I would start telling them more, but then my follow-ups in my mind, I'm like, well, what if I fail you? What if I share and get you excited? And then how am I supposed to commit to you that I'm going to stick by you? Because life is
their life.
My life.
So you're worried you're going to fail them?
I'm going to fail them because I'm going to, I don't know, not disappear, but I am not going to be able to keep up with them on Facebook, because Facebook apparently is a scary thing. But how am I supposed to be their person that they want to follow if I'm just like, oh, fell off the wagon again, guys? Like, let's try this again in 3 months. I don't know.
Let me ask you this. Did Crystalline ever let you down when you stopped taking your products? Was it ever her fault?
No.
Did you ever think poorly of her when you stopped taking your products? Did it have anything to do with her at all?
No.
Your people's success will have nothing to do with you, because there are a ton of resources. There is Pink Health. There is Team Hope. There are Plexus Ambassador community pages on Facebook. If they join as wholesale members, they have an entire back office of how to take their products, how to work the business. People, like I have people sometimes who order and then don't order for 3 months. And I reach out and I reach out and I reach out. And then on month 3, they go, it's really not working for me. And I'm like, how much product do you currently have left? And they tell me, I'm like, you didn't take it.
Right.
The products work.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you with 100% certainty, if you take these products every single day, consistently, for a minimum of 60 to 90 days, you will see major health benefits. Zero doubt in my mind. I've never had anybody not see the benefit and see changes. Now, have they maybe all reached their goal? No. Do people quit for various reasons? Yes. You know what? That has nothing to do with me. Zero to do with me. And their success with the products or with the business has nothing to do with you. Do you know how I know? I'm going to share this. She may or may not watch it. And if she does, it's okay because we're 100% honest with us. Do you know who my sponsor is? Do you know who I'm a level 1 to?
Who?
Do you know who I'm a level 2 to?
Nope.
They don't work the business.
Okay.
So Nicole Beatty is a dear, dear friend of mine who still takes the products, who will post when I win stuff. I will tell her I've won something, and she will make a graphic and a post for me. She will, if I'm running a promotion, like I'm trying to rank up and I want to offer an incentive, I will say, will you pitch in? And she will say, yes. What do you need? Do you know what she has never done? Offered me 1 second of training. She has never once, ever in 4 years checked to see how I was doing with my products. Never one time. Do you know she takes part in my trainings?
Oh.
And if people join her team that maybe are interested in the business, you know what? She asks me to train them. And I love that because I love to teach. I love to train. So that's how I know that my success has nothing to do with the people above me. The person above her doesn't speak to either one of us. She gets some pretty sweet checks.
Right. Yeah.
But she doesn't speak to me.
Right.
And not because I've done anything wrong. Literally just does not acknowledge the fact that I exist whatsoever. So I know that fear that story you've told yourself is completely irrational because I am living proof. You are offering people products that will change their life if they choose to take them. Not if you choose to take them.
Right.
It has nothing to do with if you take them. Will you feel better if you take them?
Yeah,
yes.
I do.
Do you feel better when you take them every day consistently for multiple months at a time?
Uh-huh.
So you know that that's a fact. You can tell people with all certainty if you take these products. Now, every product isn't for everybody. You know, MetaBurn may give people heartburn, Boost. A lot of people don't like Boost. It makes them jittery. But the Triplex is for everybody and can help everybody. You can safely say that. And there is customer service. Like if people have a question, you know what they can do? If you're MIA, call the 1-800 number. Ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What would they do if they bought the products at Walgreens?
They'd have to ask someone. Yeah.
Or not. Or figure it out.
Yeah.
Or Google it. Thing is, this Plexus community is pretty huge. So you're not going to let anybody down. Whether you have a team of thousands or not, you have to let go of that. Can you? I mean, do you think you can work through that? Does that make sense to you? Like you're not responsible for anybody.
It does, yeah.
You know what's really great is if they order the triplex and you send them the triplex dosage instructions. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I do that. Nailed it.
Nailed it. That is the most important thing you can do. What I say to people is, my crystal ball is broken. If you have diarrhea, if you have constipation, I don't know unless you tell me.
Right.
If you are having symptoms that may or may not be detox, I don't know unless you tell me. If you tell me, I can help you. If you tell me something I've not come across or heard of before, I will find the answer for you. Right? Like, you don't have to know all the answers, because you know who does know all the answers at this point? Crystalline. And if Crystalline's busy, Tiffany. And if Tiffany's busy, Deanna. And if Deanna's busy, me. Like, it will only probably take you can start a group chat with the four of us, and you're going to have an answer from one of us in approximately 30 seconds.
True.
If somebody's having some type of issue.
Yeah.
Right? So that's that. Yeah. What else? And that's fair. I like that. I wouldn't have thought about that because I'm in the other boat. Like, nobody helped me do anything.
Yeah.
I was like figuring it out.
Yeah.
I was going to be a diamond. I don't know how. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yep.
What else?
What else?
Go back to your why. Tell me what would change in your life if you made $38,000 a month.
I would have a housekeeper.
Okay.
100%.
You should probably do that before.
Right?
I tend to recommend basically at Ruby, Senior Ruby, that you get a housekeeper. Like having that extra hour a week or every other week. I have one every other week. Used to be once a week, but now I live in my tiny home. Because my time and the amount of money that you make at that point is way more valuable than deep cleaning, mopping, bathrooms. I don't do bathrooms. I don't do floors. I don't do baseboards. I don't do windows. Because that's a day, right?
Right, yeah.
That's 5, 6, 7 hours if my husband's not helping. Do you know how many people I can talk to about Plexus in 5 or 6 hours?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
I can do a lot of trainings. I can do a lot of stuff. So typically, once you're Ruby, we suggest your time is more valuable to you and your team than cleaning your house, because it's typically only like $100.
Yeah.
Every couple of weeks. So, okay.
That's my first goal. That's going to be my first prize.
Give to yourself?
To myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much do you need to make each month to get a housekeeper? Let's say the housekeeper costs $220 a month.
$220 a month.
Twice a month.
Twice a month. Let's see. I think if I am making $750 a month, then that third of it can go to a housekeeper.
Okay. Because your time is more well spent on other things.
Right.
And it's a relief to right.
Okay.
So that's about gold. I'm trying to think. I might have been gold when I got one. I might have been even before that. Okay. You haven't even put a dent in what $38,000 a month looks like to you.
I don't even know what that would look like to me. Like, truly and honestly, I cannot comprehend that amount of money. Like, I mean, we're fine, but I cannot comprehend that amount of money.
Tell me what $10,000 a month does.
$10,000 a month pays off all of our stuff. I can put over half of that into savings. I can have awesome vacations.
Where would you go?
My 20-year plan is to buy a home in Hawaii, not necessarily to live there, but to have there so I could go anytime I wanted. And that's where that money would go, be put into the savings so I could buy my little Hawaii house.
Okay.
Go.
So you could do that a lot quicker if you were making $38,000 a month.
You're absolutely correct.
So realistically, if you made $38,000 a month, how much would you put into savings towards that house?
At least 30,000 of it.
Okay. So
do
you have any idea how much a little house costs there?
I haven't looked in a long time. I was just there, but I was trying not to get my hopes up too much. I should have got my hopes up.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Because I'm frugal. I'm frugal with money and I'm frugal with my emotion.
You're frugal with your dreams.
I'm frugal with my dreams.
You got to dream big. You got to dream really, really big. Because that makes it worth. So tell me this. Tell me how old are you when you're thinking you're going to have this house in Hawaii?
50.
50. Okay. So tell me, what does it feel like if at 65, you still have nothing in Hawaii and you've only visited it twice? How do you feel?
Very unaccomplished and like a failure. Like,
would you really? Like, it's that important to you to have a house there?
It is that important for me, whether it be a house or a condo or something. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Hawaii for me is like a deep, almost spiritual connection.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I feel closer to everything when I'm there. I don't know if it's the being at sea level and the pressure and my brain goes away and it just helps, or if it's just, it's like in me. I don't know how to explain it other than it's in me. It's a part of me, and that's where I belong.
When did that begin?
My whole life. When I was 8, no, I guess I was 20 when I met my husband. I actually was looking, I had found just a dinky little beach shack that I was going to rent, and I was giving myself a month to find a job. And then whether I had a job or not, I was on my way.
Okay.
And then I met my husband, and here we are in Utah, not Hawaii. But I mean, obviously I wouldn't change that for anything.
Correct.
In me, it's there.
Does he know how important that is to you?
Yes, he does.
Talk about it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it would be like make you really sad if you never got to do that.
Right.
So you said he does know how important it is to you?
I finally got brave and shared my goals with him and my Plexus goals. And it was an emotional, messy mess that I think I went through a whole box of tissues. But for some reason, that was, I don't know, sharing goals is scary to me. Not scary. It seems silly, I guess, which it shouldn't be, but it felt silly. But I mean,
sharing goals is hard because you don't know whether somebody will cherish them and help you reach them, or
right.
if they will just kind of ignore them and be like, oh, what's she gonna want next?
Yeah.
Gonna dream up next. Or if they're just gonna tell you, we're too busy for you to do that. You just don't know. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, right? Because they're yours. It makes it a lot easier if they buy into your dream and why it's important to you.
Right.
It makes it a lot easier because it takes time, right? Like to become a diamond takes time.
Right.
And you still only have 24 hours. So it takes time away from wherever you're already spending it. Most likely doing things for your family.
Right.
So typically what needs to happen is they need to know what's in it for them. So so for you, when you go gold, you would like to get a housekeeper. That's kind of where the money aligns, right? So you ask your husband, hey, when I'm making $1,000 a month, when I'm making $750 a month, is there something that we could do for us that would make you happy? Because I realize I'm going to be taking time away from us, whatever, even if it's just sitting on the couch watching TV, like it's going to take time away from him probably, right? Or require him to step up in the house more.
Right.
Like for Rob, when I'm pushing for a huge goal, we sit down at the beginning of the month and go, this is what I'm trying to do. So this is what you need to do. so that
Yeah.
the house doesn't fall down around us. Are you on board? This will be the result.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to maybe push to a different month because he has too much going on at work.
Right.
But where you are, it shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes a day to get going. Like where I am, I work more,
Yeah.
you know, but because I love it. And the amount of money I make is really difference making.
Right.
But you're going to just start with little and let him start to see the money. So ask him, how can I make this up to you? What is important to you? You know,
Yeah.
and it's going to depend on what his love language is, you know, it's going to depend on what he wants out of it, you know, and having this house one day in Hawaii is really big, but you're going to have things in between. So like Crystalline's, one of hers whys is to take her kids to Disney. Like she's been promising them for a while, I think at Ruby, when she hits Ruby, that she'll take them to Disney. So when they know that they're holding on to that, then it's okay that mom's working a little harder. And when they know you're not just playing, you know, because you got to be intentional, right? Like don't be just playing on your phone.
Right.
You know, it drives my husband, it doesn't drive him nuts. Every so often, he'll be like, why are you on your phone? And if it's at 8 o'clock, it's because that's when I'm posting.
Yeah.
Almost always around 8 p.m., I post on Instagram and on Facebook. I post in the morning, I post around lunchtime, and I post around 8 p.m. Super intentional with my posts. But if I haven't planned it out well in advance, then I'm trying to think of it, right? So I'm not paying any attention to him.
Right.
I'm working. And he'll go, are you really working or are you thumbing? I'm really working. And he'll go, okay.
Yeah.
And he has to trust me, right? And I have to be honest because sometimes I am thumbing. Sometimes he's got a stupid show on and I don't want to watch it and I'm thumbing.
Right.
So there's that trust. And then there's those incremental goals, those incremental rewards that you have to give yourself each step of the way. And then there's the realization that it's a ginormous goal, but the steps are no different. At any, like me trying to go Sapphire, all it is every day I have to reach out to people and try to get more people on board. I've got to get more people to try Plexus, and I got to get more people to try to share Plexus. The same thing, the same steps it took me to go silver are the steps that take me to go Sapphire. I just have to do it more.
Right.
You know? So, but I'm lucky because I'm on the back end of how much work I make and how much, like there's a time when you're going to be like, I'm working so hard and I'm not making enough money for how hard I'm working. And then all of a sudden you go, doop, and you're like, this is awesome.
Right.
Like there's some months I'm like, pretty sure I worked like 5 hours last month. Pretty sure I'm making like $1,000 an hour. You know? And there will be times where I was like, did you work this month? And I'm like, I didn't really feel like it. But there's a time when you're working really hard, right when you're at the tippy top. But first you got to get gold, right?
Yeah.
So what action steps do you have right now that you know that you need to implement?
I am going to get on Facebook and I'm going to learn, and this is silly, like I don't know how to use Facebook very well. I asked Crystal and I'm like, how do you do this? What's Instagram?
Okay.
So I run a senior center and I feel like my abilities with social media is about at that 70, 80-year-old level with my people. So I need to learn hashtags and learn how, when she does her morning motivation, how do you hashtag it and make it bold and silly stuff. I know.
So, yeah, she's just using a certain graphics app. But we've already done those trainings, so I'll tag you in them.
Okay.
But first, mimic. You don't have to be original. I mean, Bob Heilig, who is speaking at convention, who I'm in his training. I've been in it since November of 2017. He's amazing. um, he says all the time, like, if you don't have anything to share, look at what somebody else has shared and reshare it in your own words.
Okay.
So copying and pasting. Now, don't hit the share button because then it's not original. It doesn't look like yours. Copy and paste it. Copy the picture, save the picture, copy and paste the words, and put them up. Now, here's what you want to look at because you want to be original, right? Like Deanna, who's my best friend, uses the crap out of hashtags. So she'll have one post and it's got like 20 hashtags in it.
Yeah.
It will also take her like an hour. We joke because when we're together, we'll be like, we need to make a post. And my post is done in like 30 seconds. And her post, 40 minutes later, she's still working on it. I'm like, this ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
I had no time to try to match every hashtag with an emoji, with a this. I don't. And my friends know I don't hashtag Facebook.
Gotcha.
You're gonna struggle to find hashtags on any of my Facebook posts. You know why? Because Facebook is just my real life. Now, hashtags are really relevant in Instagram, and that's a whole nother training that we can do. But on Facebook, pull things that people are doing that are awesome. We probably have, I'm gonna see how many mutual friends you and I have, because I'm going to prove something to you. You and I have 8 mutual friends. Do you know what that means?
Only 8 people are going to see both of our stuff?
Not even them, because only 10% of your friends even see your posts, if that. So you could literally steal my sunrise motivation, call it mountain motivation, call it whatever you want to call it, every day, and add some other picture every day. Nobody is ever going to know that you have stolen my quote every day, and I've done the work for you.
You were so nice.
I'm just saying, like,
no, but yeah,
literally, just take people's crap. Like, do you know how to save things on Facebook so that you can use other people's things?
Like, do you just copy and paste it?
No, so that you could, so like when you're thumbing and you see a post you like, do you know how to save that? There probably are other people that don't. So here's what, I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
I'm going to show you. Because this is what I do all day long. So I'm going to go, let's see. My friend, let's see what, my friend Brandy Walker. She is a Sapphire with Plexus. We did jewel training together. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on her page, and there's a list of people that you should follow. I'm going to go on her page. Okay, look, here's a Plexus post.
Okay.
Here I felt groggy in the morning, crashed. That's a good post, right? I don't even have to read it all the way through to know that's a pretty good post that she just added her picture on. I'm going to click on these 3 buttons.
Okay.
Save post. Because I'm on her page and I'm wasting time, so you can do this on my page. Mother's Day, family, Mother's Day, Mother's Day. This one, life's too short to worry about people who exist in a free app on your phone. Think of you. That is a good one for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be worried about Plexus Metaburn. All right, this is going to be a good post. It's all about Plexus Metaburn. Save post. Okay, so here's what. Clicked on my Facebook button. Over here, see on the left-hand side, it says save. I don't know if it's reversed on your thing. These are all the posts that I've saved every time I like what somebody posts. Because I don't want to post it right away.
Right.
I have 500 Plexus posts because I've spent time looking for people's posts.
Right.
So these are all Plexus posts that people did that I liked. So like this girl's post I liked, she's talking about being 98%er of people who just wake up and go to work, come home, watch TV? Or are you a 2%er? So she just took a picture of herself. I'm willing to bet she didn't create these words. Somebody else with Plexus did. She, and like I wouldn't end it with, if you're a 2% person, holla. Because I don't say holla, right? I'm going to read it. I'm going to adjust a few words. Like my friend Brandy, she uses y'all a lot. I'm from Nashville, but I don't use the word y'all ever. So I would change that to you guys. And then you just click on the picture. I'm not going to use her picture, but let's say if it was that Metaburn picture, right?
Yeah.
Click options, download. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go to my page. I'm not really going to do it. I'm just showing you.
Yeah.
Paste. Pull this picture up here. Look, I just made a Plexus post.
Oh.
Share. Okay. And now it's on my page. Right?
Yeah.
So simple. So simple. So, and you can do the save feature on your phone as well.
Okay.
So if you are doing nothing, sitting at a stoplight, not that you should be on your phone, but if you are, and you see somebody's Plexus post that you like, click save. And then on your phone too, you can find it says saved. Okay. And that's lots of times when I'm doing it. I rotate typically my Plexus posts. One day I'll do it at noon, and the next day I'll do it at 8 p.m.
Is that just so different people when they're on Facebook sees it?
Because a lot of people are stay-at-home moms, and a lot of them are working moms. And my working moms are not going to see my post that I made at noon unless they're on lunch.
Right.
Scrolling. Whereas my stay-at-home moms, they're going to for sure see what I posted at noon, but at 8, they're probably dug in,
Yeah.
So I just rotate. My morning is always sunrise motivation. I'll throw in what I worked out that day, or if I worked out with friends around lunchtime, or tell a story about friendship. But it's that easy. Don't overthink it. Steal other people's crap. It's called One Plexus for a reason.
Okay.
Because we use each other's stuff all day, every day. Here's the only rule I give everybody. If you're going to steal somebody's post, comment on their post. That's my pet peeve. When people take my post, I'm flattered. If they take my post and they didn't at least type an amen or put a heart emoji or acknowledge my post, because the more people that comment on your post, the more people will see it in the future.
Oh, okay.
It's part of Facebook algorithms. So I need people to comment on my post. And so if you see one of my posts and you like it, make a little comment and steal it.
Okay.
And that's kind of that's the overarching rule in Plexus. If you give my post props, take it. Have it. Nobody's ever going to come after you for stealing their post.
Okay.
They will sometimes make a rude comment if you stole their post but did not say anything on their post.
Yeah.
But that's it. What else? I know I've had you on the phone forever. You're probably exhausted.
No, you're good.
Is that a good start? So you have to post at least twice a day.
Okay.
Post at least twice a day. Just live. Just live. Went to the grocery store, found this great deal on rolls.
Yeah.
I don't know. Engagement posts. And you can actually do a search on Facebook. There's actually, and on Google and on Pinterest. It's called engagement posts. So you may have seen my post, what shampoo do you use? I don't really care what shampoo anybody uses. You know what? All those people that commented are now more likely to see my Plexus post 3 hours later, because Facebook thinks they're my friend, because they're engaged.
Okay.
So it could be dreaming big of the home I'm going to buy in Hawaii one day. Put 3 pictures up of homes in Hawaii, create a little graphic, we can show you how, and have people vote. Which would you choose, A, B, or C?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It creates engagement. You don't really care what they think.
Right.
But it creates activity on your Facebook page, which rolls over into a Plexus post. So you may think because nobody's commenting on your Plexus post, they're not seeing it. But I promise you, those people that voted on your Hawaii house are seeing your Plexus post.
Okay.
Also, people that you private message, if they message you back, will see your posts. It's just how Facebook, those are the super basics of Facebook.
Okay.
There's way more intricacies, but those are the most important things you need to know.
That makes sense. I feel like I just overthink things and then I start panicking and then I'm like, oh, and now I'm tired and I'm just going to go ahead and shut down.
Yeah, don't overthink it. Don't worry about what anybody thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about what anybody cares. All you need to worry about is buying a house in Hawaii, because this career, this Plexus career, can get you that house. No doubt about it. It might take you 10 years.
Yeah.
But that's a lot faster than you're going to get it right now not doing this.
Right.
You know?
Yep, absolutely.
I can tell you that I make more selling Plexus than my husband's ex-wife, who's a nurse practitioner. You know?
Yeah.
And that's not to say don't be a nurse practitioner. That's just saying there's a lot of money.
Right. Yeah.
In serving people this way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So just realize that it's there. Talk to your shareholders. Get your husband and your kids on board with why mommy's working.
Mm-hmm.
Come up with things that make everybody happy. And don't be afraid. Don't make up stories in your head, because you don't have any idea what anybody else is thinking. Don't pretend that you do.
Right.
And Rachel Hollis's, one of her best quotes is, your opinion of me is none of my business.
Oh, I like that.
It truly isn't. Whatever you think about me, I don't need to know.
Right.
Because I'm over here living big. And I'm not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
So your opinion, unless I'm a real jackhole, doesn't really matter to me. Because it's probably coming out of some ugly spot.
Yeah.
So just do it. Don't be afraid. And when you get a little afraid, reach out and we'll talk you out of the hole. But don't be afraid.
Okay.
Any more questions?
I can't think of anything until, of course, we hang up and I'll be like, oh.
That's okay. Reach out. So, what are you going to do starting tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I am going to post on Facebook twice. And I am going to talk to 5 people.
Okay.
And that's what I can commit to.
That's okay. And that's probably 15 minutes of your life. Nobody will even notice.
Okay.
Nobody's going to notice that 15 minutes. You can do that during your bathroom breaks.
I could.
Spend some time tonight saving Plexus posts that you like.
Yeah.
Don't Google in your Facebook bar, type Plexus and depression and start saving some posts, because that's what you're passionate about at helping right now, right?
Right. Yeah.
Share stories.
Okay.
Just have them saved up. All right?
Okay.
You're going to do amazing things. I'm super excited for you.
I can do it.
You can do it.
I need to change
This is so
my
simple.
mindset.
This is like the simplest job ever. Really.
It seems so big, Christy. It seems like so big.
It is. You know why? Because the possibilities are so big. But the actual act of doing this is so simple.
That makes sense.
You talk to people who want to feel better, who don't have energy, who don't sleep well, who are sad, who have anxiety, and you go, I don't know if this is for you, but I know it's helped a lot of people just like with issues just like you. You can try it risk-free. What do you think? They either say yes or no. But do you get your feelings hurt when at church you offer somebody gum and they say no thank you?
No.
Why would you get your feelings hurt if somebody says no thank you to Plexus?
That is true.
It's not you.
No.
They don't want your stinking gum. They're already chewing a mint.
Yeah.
They got a Snickers bar in their purse. They don't want a mint gum. They want the gum after they eat their Snickers bar. Like, it's not you. Okay? That's what
Okay.
you have to remember. Every time somebody says no, be like, they must have liked Big Red. I hate Big Red gum.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not right for them right now. It's not you. Don't
Okay.
ever be afraid to offer it. Just like you would never, have you ever been afraid to offer anybody gum or a chocolate chip cookie at church on Sunday?
No, only on a fast
On a
Sunday.
fast Sunday. Sometimes I show up with crap on fast Sunday. I'm like, crap,
My bad.
forgot it was fast Sunday.
Judge, judge, judge.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Only then. But any other time, you know, if you're walking in with chocolate chip cookies,
Yeah.
we're not afraid to offer them to anybody. It's the same thing. Because if they say no, thank you, you don't know why.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's because they ate a gallon of ice cream the night before, or they
Mm-hmm.
really, or they're allergic to chocolate. You don't know. But it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, does it? You're like, all right, more for the next guy.
Yeah.
And your
Okay,
husband's
so
secretly hoping nobody takes them so he can have them all.
right?
So it's the same thing.
Okay. So how long, so I have a lady I've been working with. I mean, she has like the same stuff as me. She has the fibromyalgia, which Plexus has been amazing for. She has the depression. She has these things. She has, I think, 4 or 5 kids, and they're tight on money. And, she tells me, nope, not now. I mean, how long do I wait to ask her again without being like, seriously, like,
Every single time you have a special,
mm-hmm.
here's what I do. I say, would it be okay if I reach out to you when we have specials or anything new going on? She's
Okay.
going to say yes. And every time you have a special, you reach out. I will tell you, the last person that I signed, yes, the last ambassador I signed, do you know who it was? The third person that I ever sent a sample to in 2015.
Really?
One of Deanna and I's college roommates. She has
Hmm.
watched both of us on this journey for 4 years.
Hmm.
Last month, she said, maybe I'm ready to try this Plexus thing. I legit sent her a sample when I very first started working the business in May of 2015.
Really?
She
Hmm.
ordered last month and immediately turned off her subscription and told me yesterday she's trying something else, but she really likes the ProBio 5 and she'll keep me posted. You know what I said? Kudos to you for starting a new exercise program. Let me know how it goes. Probably you need the pink drink. It will help with that.
Yeah.
If you're pooping, great. Because she said, I don't think I need BioCleanse. I'm like, are you pooping 2 to 3 times a day? If so, all right. But it
Yeah.
does help with energy and it helps with some other things. So, but every person on the planet needs ProBio 5. So for sure, stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long I've been reaching out to her about Plexus.
Wow. Okay.
Until they say, don't ever contact me again, do you stop? Because no means not right now.
Okay.
It means something else. It usually means something that they're not ready to tell you yet. And
Okay.
so I never let it end with no. I just say, will it be okay if I reach out to you when we have special offers or my team's running a special or if Plexus is offering a special?
Okay.
Okay. Because you never know when all of a sudden you're going to hit her on that day. And somebody else who's on my team said that she joined my team after 3 years because everybody else that reached out to her about Plexus, when she said she didn't have the money, legit stopped talking to her and reaching out to her and commenting on her pictures about anything else. And I
Okay.
never did.
Yeah.
I kept reaching out to her about specials. I would message her that her kid looked cute on Facebook, which he did. It wasn't a lie. I
Yeah.
never stopped talking to her because she said she was broke. So
Right.
when she finally had $100, you know who she called? Me. And when other people were mad that she started working Plexus, she told them honestly, Christy never stopped being my friend. And I've been telling her no for 3 years. Of course I'm going to join her team because she kept talking to me.
Right. Right.
Because if you just stop, people think, you know,
Yeah.
that's like probably The same person who said no to you about chocolate chip cookies this Sunday, you're going to offer them to them again next week. You made a fresh batch, or you made peanut butter cookies this time. Hey, I know you didn't like chocolate chip, but I got peanut butter this time. You want to try them? No? All right. Maybe cranberry and white chocolate next week. I don't know. We'll see. Okay?
Makes sense.
Never, ever take anybody off your list.
Okay.
That's the answer. Your list just keeps getting longer. Just keep adding to it.
Okay. I can do this.
You can do this. You can do this.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Do you love people?
I do.
Do you love the idea of helping them feel amazing?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do this job successfully, is a love for others. You don't even have to have confidence in yourself. You just have to love them greater than your fear.
Okay.
Okay?
That makes sense.
Where does fear come from?
Inside my brain.
The devil.
Oh, the devil inside my brain. Yeah.
Can you have fear and faith at the same time?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
No?
Mm-mm. Thomas S. Monson says no. You can't have them both.
No.
You either have faith or you have fear. They both can't exist at the same time. Your faith has to be bigger than your fear.
Okay.
Your faith in these products, your faith in this business, your faith in yourself, and the faith that God put this dream on your heart has to be bigger than any malarkey that the devil is putting into the back of your mind. Those things aren't true. God did not put you on this earth to fail. He put you on this earth to succeed. And if you have full faith in that, that's it. God doesn't give you fear. I'm sure there's a scripture about that.
Yeah.
He doesn't give you fear.
Okay.
Put your faith in him and that he put you right here for a reason, right now, to do great things. And he'll carry you through everything. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm so glad you did this. Thank
Thank
you for taking so much time. Tell your
Thank
husband
you for taking much time. You bet.
And we may have to do a follow-up. You might have hiccups again. Who knows, in a couple weeks you may do some things and we'll have a follow-up call to see now what the holdup is, because this won't be the end-all cure-all, I promise.
Well, crap.
If it was, I wouldn't still be dragging Deanna through things.
True.
Just ask. It's a journey. This is a journey. And we're on it together. Okay?
Sounds good.
All
Thanks,
right.
Casey.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.